Hello, everyone. My name is Holly, and I will be the teacher for this hour. The topic is planning ahead. Let me show you my screen share and show this to you. So we will be talking actually about planning ahead. We will go through vocabulary, and then we will go through a reading that goes through a person's week and how well he or she planned ahead. It should be fairly interesting. The goals for this lesson is for you to improve your reading comprehension, pronunciation, and learn new vocabulary words. So again, my name is Holly, and I'll be the teacher for this hour, and we will be doing a reading called Planning Ahead. It is for the intermediate level student, and we will start out by going through key phrases and discussing that, and then we will do a reading exercise on planning ahead, and then some more vocabulary and possibly some grammar if there's time. And the main goal is for you guys to talk, and so we'll have you doing some speaking exercises as well. Hi, Adela. Hi, Juan Carlos. How are you?
Hi, teacher.
Nice
Can
to
you
meet
hear
you.
me?
I can hear you great. I hear you
Okay,
great.
cool.
So, where are you located?
In Colombia.
Colombia. Awesome. Are you at work or are you at home?
Uh, I am work now, but no,
Okay.
just taking these classes. This class.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, because I see the background. It looks more like you were at work.
Yeah,
So,
that's my office.
uh-huh. Awesome. Well, welcome. Welcome. And this is Adela. She's from Spain. And the classes can be anywhere from 2 to 9 people or 1 to 9 people. So we may or may not have more people come. So welcome. Juan Carlos, is this your first class at Verbling?
No,
No.
no,
Okay.
I have taken a lot of
Oh,
classes.
awesome. Okay.
With
Awesome.
you, this is my first class with you.
First class with
Uh,
me. Yeah.
by the way, what's your name?
Okay. My name is Holly, and
Holly.
I'm actually located in the U.S. I'm in Idaho, which is in
Okay.
the Pacific Northwest region. Um, I have previously taught English in Finland and in South Korea, and
Oh, yeah,
I
that's great.
actually had an experience. I got to travel to Bogota, and I got
Okay.
to travel there I was there for 4 days in 2009, and
Uh,
it was great, but it was not long enough. So
no, just five days.
four, just
Four
four,
days?
four
Uh,
days. Yeah,
you had to come more time. At
yeah.
least one month.
Yeah, actually researched it. I looked at language schools and so forth. But I have this little. Let me show you. I have this little dog right here, and
Okay.
his name is Alpo, and he was born in Hungary, and he was raised in Finland, and he came back to the States about 5 years ago, and he was so traumatized by the move that I don't want to leave the U.S. again until
Mm.
he's gone. And so once he's gone, I will make some more choices. So he's 11 years old and very energetic and healthy. So we'll see what happens. So um,
Okay.
hi Diana. So Diana is
Hello.
also from Colombia. Do you know Juan Carlos?
Oh, I think I know you. I, I think I
Okay.
work you. Where you work
So
you too.
maybe you guys are from the same company.
Yes, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe not. Who knows? Because Colombia's got a lot of people there, so who knows?
Yes.
But
Yeah.
your face is similar
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. I had one time I was in Finland, and this guy walked up to me, and he was drunk, and he said, "You're from the U.S.?" And I said, "Yeah." "I have a friend in Minnesota. Do you know him?" I was like, "I've never even been to Minnesota."
They think it's a small place.
Yeah. I was like, "Really? You really think I would know him?" So it was hilarious. But I think that if he would not have been drunk, if he would have just been normal, he would never have spoken to me. But sometimes, when you're drinking, it's easier to speak English, right? For
Yes.
some people. So, hello, Felipe. Is that your name?
Hello,
How are
hello.
you?
I'm here. I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
Oh,
And
so
you?
tell out your little Sylvester the cat. I need to know about this
Yes,
picture.
yes. This picture was in a park in Spain, Warner Bros. Madrid.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So, is that you next to him? S- I have a tendency when I travel to take pictures of myself next to statues. So if I go to Spain, could I stand next to him and get a picture taken? Is this a statue, or is it? Do you know what I mean?
No, sorry, I don't understand.
Do you know the word statue?
Cashew?
Statue. Is it a statue? For example, um, these are famous statues. Oh wait, I've got a screen share.
Different.
Sorry.
These are
Sometimes I
famous
can.
statues.
Okay.
So is Sylvester a statue as well?
Okay. Now I understand now.
Yeah. So is it a statue, or is it just something? Is it, if I go there, can I see it? Could I have my picture taken next to it? Okay, never mind. Let's go. Let's go on. So, Felipe, are you from Spain?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so we've got two people from Spain and two people from Colombia. So you all have the same native language, but I believe it's very different. Is Colombian Spanish really different from Spain Spanish?
Yes.
Yes.
Really different.
Is but can you communicate?
Yes.
Yes. Of course.
Okay. So
They
is it
have
like
some different words, but
uh,
the grammar is similar.
okay. So it's kind of like the difference between British English and American English?
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah, it's the
that's the
same.
same.
Yeah. And there's an echo, Felipe. When you
Yes.
are not speaking, could you
Holly, is possible have the Verblin open? Is to play.
the Verbling page also open? Yeah,
Yes. Maybe he has
that might be it.
to
Is
close.
only Hangout
Yeah,
open.
it's either you're not wearing the headset or you have both videos open. Yeah, that's true. That's also a possibility. Thank you very much, Adela. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. The topic today for this hour is planning ahead. Again, it's an intermediate reading exercise, but we want to talk as much as possible. So if you have things to say, we'll just go ahead and let you speak. So first of all, planning ahead. Some people believe that you should not plan ahead because it never works out. Other people believe it's very important to plan ahead. What do you guys think? Juan Carlos, do you plan ahead?
I try, but it's really difficult because sometimes you plan ahead, but
Uh-huh.
for example, you can buy some tickets, plane tickets,
Uh-huh.
when when you are going to leave to travel, you can have a problem and you can go. So you lost your money. So I would say maybe you can plan ahead for 2 or 3 months ahead, no more, because more uh, to know what is going to happen uh,
Hmm.
4 months ahead is really difficult.
Yeah,
At least
okay.
in my case.
Uh-huh. Yeah, my parents didn't even plan for that reason. Juan Carlos, they didn't even plan 2 weeks ahead. For them, it was don't plan. So,
Mhm. Yeah,
so
but it's more expensive.
yeah, oh, very
It's
much
you
more.
don't.
Of course, they would never fly. So, Adela, what do you think? Is it better to plan ahead, or better just to just not plan ahead?
I think it's better planning ahead,
Okay.
but
Do you,
sometimes improvise is good
mm-hmm,
because have the difference about the surprise, etc. I think
mm-hmm.
it
Yeah.
depends what is the uh, your planning. If you're planning a travel abroad, complicated, it's better to have all planning.
Uh-huh. So it depends on what you are planning.
Yes, yes.
So if you're planning a trip, it's better to plan ahead as opposed to something else. Okay, Diana, what do you think? Are you a planner, or do you wait?
No, I think it's important. I consider I am a planner, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's not necessary that you are going to do that things because some things can happen some unexpected. For example, I was planning a study this year,
Uh-huh.
but I had to spend my money in other things,
Mm-hmm.
and it was necessary to postpone for the next year my studies. But I think it's really important plan.
Mm-hmm.
Have a
Yeah.
plan. Yes.
Yeah. So sometimes you plan and things don't work out. Yeah, exactly. So Felipe, are you a planner? Do you believe it's important to plan, or do you not plan?
It depends because when I'm going to travel,
Uh-huh.
I normally plan ahead, but when I'm going to study, I try to plan ahead, but it's so difficult for me
Ah.
because after I will do different things, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for studying.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm a huge planner, and
Yeah.
everything works out for me most of the time. Um, I have family members that are not planners at all, and they say, if I plan, it doesn't work out. Um, so anyway, do you guys use um, do you guys use these kind of planners at all?
Yes,
Anybody?
absolutely. But I used some time ago.
Uh-huh.
But in this moment, I think that people use an electronic planner
Uh-huh.
or in the cell phones, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I used to always have one of these with me at all times. And in the last 5 years, I switched over to Google Calendar
Yeah.
and
Oh,
Toodledoo.
Yes.
You guys know Toodledoo?
no.
No, I use Google Calendar because
Uh,
synchronize.
yeah, that's why I do it, because it
Yeah.
synchronizes with things. And I'm trying to switch over to Microsoft Calendar because the Verbling page will synchronize to it. So not Microsoft, the Outlook. And Verbling will synchronize to it, but I'm not sure I'm doing it right. So, but and then Toodle-Do is it's a to-do list, and it's a digital to-do list. So you write down everything you need to do, and then you check it off, mark it off. So, all right. So let's go ahead and look at some vocabulary words related to the reading. First of all, the first thing we're going to do is match these together for a phrase, and then we're going to look at match it to the definition. Okay. So the first one. Go for. What do you think go for would go with? A checkup, a date, an interview, the bill, or to hospital? And there might be more than one answer, actually.
A date? A date or a checkup?
Okay. Usually it'd be go on a date instead of go for a date. But what did you say? And
Go for a date.
Okay, go. No, it would not be a date. Anybody?
The bill. Maybe go for the bill.
No.
No?
No.
Go for a checkup.
It's a checkup. Yeah.
Mm,
Go for a checkup.
go for checkup.
Yeah. So, how do I? I mean, I can't make an arrow for this one. So it's go for a checkup. So I can do this one. Go for. Okay, next one, number 2, settle.
An interview?
No.
No.
The bill.
Settle the bill. So to settle the bill means, say for example, you're at a hotel, and at the end of the stay, you go to the desk and you settle the bill. But you also, another thing you can do is you can settle a time. For on a calendar or something like that. So maybe you might be able to settle an interview as well, but settle the bill is the most common one. So go on. What one is that one?
On a date.
On a
Yeah.
date?
Go on a date. On a date. Okay. And
Attend.
Attend.
An
An interview.
Yeah. Yes, attend an interview. You can also, well, you would go to an interview. Okay, so attend an interview, go to an interview. Refresh.
Your
Refresh your CV. Okay, just because I'm American, I like to use this British material so we can teach both. CV is British English. Does anybody know what the word is in the U.S.?
Resume.
Resume. Okay, so refresh your resume is what we would say for that. Okay. Okay, and be admitted again would of course to hospital, and again for American English we would say be admitted to the hospital. And there's this one difference between American English and British English. They don't always use an article before hospital, but we always do. Also, university is the same way. So. Okay. So to go for a checkup, what we're going to read, we're going to read one of these at a time, and then we'll see if we can match them. These are the definitions of these phrases. Diana, could you read the first one? Could you read this out loud?
Go for a checkup. No.
Yeah. Could you read it out loud though?
Read. To take
Yeah.
a medical examination to test your health.
Okay. So that would be to go for a checkup.
Yeah.
Okay. To go for a checkup. Okay. Okay, next one. Juan Carlos, would you read the next one?
Does it to meet someone in order to start a romantic relationship?
Okay, what was that? It's okay, so to go on a date. Okay, and Adela, the next one.
To meet someone in order to see you are suitable for a job, of course.
For a job,
A job, of course.
Okay.
Attend or go to an interview.
Yeah, so attend an interview. Okay, excellent. Okay, next one. You pay the bill, e.g., in a restaurant or a hotel. What one would that be? Anyone?
Settle the bill.
Yeah, settle the bill.
The bill.
Yeah. Okay, be allowed to enter a hospital because you need medical care.
You need to the hospital.
Yes, to be admitted to hospital. Okay, and to include the most recent information on your CV.
Refresh your resume.
Yeah, to refresh. And all of these actually are phrasal verbs. To verbs. To refresh, to be admitted, to settle, and to attend, to go on, and to go for. These are all verbs. Okay. Let's ask and answer questions using these collocations. So, for example, Carlos, when did you last settle the bill?
Last 2 weeks ago, when I spent 2 days in a hotel, so I had to settle the bill before the checkout.
Excellent. Okay. Now, Juan Carlos, could you choose a phrase and ask somebody else a question?
But which question? The same?
Any you can choose.
Any
choose. You can make the question yourself.
Adela, when do you attend an interview? When was the last time you attended an interview?
Okay, that's perfect.
The last time I attended an interview was a lot of years ago, because I don't remember. About more 10 years or more.
Yeah, because you're a civil servant, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you've been a civil servant for a long time, right?
Yes, and only to promote, we have the interview, but it's not a really an interview, a stressful interview, because you have your job place is only to something to promote. It's not.
Okay, it's only for promotion, not for your livelihood or to have a job.
For the job, no, you have a different stress.
Yeah, so if you don't have a job, it's a little different type of stress than if you already have one.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Adela, could you choose a phrase and ask a question?
Okay.
And remember the tense as well.
When was the last time you was admitted to to hospital?
Okay. And who is it? Are you asking Diana? Okay.
Yes.
So when was the last time you were admitted to the hospital?
Never.
I have never
Never been?
never been used the service of the hospital to be admitted in them. I
Oh.
fortunately haven't had the need
At
to
least
visit the hospital.
one time, no? Or no?
No,
When you was
never.
born? No?
When
What?
she was
When
born?
you was born.
When you were born?
Now maybe the only time is when I was born, but
Yeah.
after
Okay.
that never.
I'm the same way, Diana. I have only used outpatient services, but I've never been an inpatient for more than a couple of hours. So
Oh, yes, so that's so good.
we are very lucky. Very, very lucky.
I hate the hospitals.
Uh-huh. I know.
I
Me too.
I'm was a lot of time because I was worked in a hospital during my study.
Okay, so I worked instead of I worked in the
I
hospital
worked in a
during my
hospital.
studies. Okay. Wow. Were you a practical nurse or what did you do?
I think is sorry, auxiliary nurse.
Oh, that's right. You told me about that. I remember. Yeah.
Oh, good job.
Yeah. All right, Diana, could you ask a question?
Maybe. mm, why did you refresh your resume the last time?
Okay. So why did you last refresh your CV?
Why? Or
Yes,
when?
why
Yeah.
did you receive it the last time?
Why?
So why did
Why?
you last refresh your
Mm,
CV?
because I was looking for a new job, a
Mm-hmm.
better job.
Yeah, that it would be the answer. It would be the reason. Or you want to be promoted. I think
Mm.
if for promotions, doesn't the company usually ask for a refreshed CV? I think.
Yes, sometimes.
Yeah, but my case was some time ago trying to change my job, so I refresh it on
Mm-hmm.
my CV.
Yeah.
I need to have refreshed my CV
Uh-huh.
because when we ask we I don't know to a project one apply for a project or
Mm-hmm.
we need to send the CV about the teachers go in the project, etc.
I would suggest visualcv.com.
What is that?
That is a website where you can actually upload pictures. You can put your portfolio. It's actually a fairly nice website, and I've gotten jobs through that. So I think it's Visual CV. Let's see. I just looked at mine. Mine. I updated it, and it doesn't look very good anymore. So, but yeah, it's okay. No, so that's not the right. Let me say Visual CV. Maybe that's not right. Yeah, it's visualcv.com. Yeah, it's just basically you fill in, you sign up and you fill in, but you can put in you can put a lot of things on it, and it can really look nice. You can put your picture, and it looks very good. And
It looks like a brochure.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it could stand out above the rest. Because, well, like for me, on my visual CV, I actually put examples of teaching
Wow.
and stuff like that. I put, like, I did a project with middle school students in China, and then we did China and Germany, and then so I've had that video there and stuff, and it really looked good. But I've taken it all down though, so.
Wow.
So, but just that's a good piece of advice, sir. So, okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to read the article in the next place on how to plan your week. Okay, and then we're going to fill in Simon's diary with the entries below, using the advice and information in the text. So he's going to go on a date with Anne. This is English class. He's going to go on a date with Anne.
Oh.
Okay. In English, we say Anne. The rest of the world, we say Anne. So
Okay.
I'm like, uh-oh. Prepare tax return form. He needs to do his weekly shopping. He needs to refresh his CV, go attend a job interview, and test drive a new car. So we're going to decide based on the reading what days he will do that. So let's go ahead and read this, and then we will go back and talk about your week. So whether you're starting a romantic relationship or going for a hospital checkup, it is helpful to have a statistical approach to organizing your week. Really? Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and systematically read this one person at a time. And so let's, Adela, could you read Monday?
Monday. One way to improve your Mondays: avoid job interviews. Recruitment advisors say employers are more open-minded later in the week. Interviews held on a Monday are also more likely to be the first interview held for a particular job, which could reduce the chance of success. One study by the executive search industry in the US found that the person who attends the first interview gets the job 70.6% of the time, compared to 56% for the person who attends the last interview.
Okay, and remember chances right here, chances. So 17.6% of the time. And keep in mind, in American English, we don't actually put that separate those words. Yeah, so 56% for the person who attends the last interview. Good piece of advice. Is there any words in here that you do not know? I know the last interview I went on Monday, I didn't get the job, so.
Yes.
So now I know why. But I walked in and to the company, and the receptionists, there were two receptionists, and they were sitting playing on their cell phones, and they didn't even look up to see who I was. And I introduced myself, and they said, "Oh, okay. Well, they'll be here in a few minutes." And I was not impressed. And then the guy came out, and he was wearing jeans, and I knew immediately this is not the job for me. So, yeah. I mean, they had told me that it was a little casual there, but I was just not impressed with the receptionist. And then the guy came out, and the way he was acting, I'm like, nope. So I was not sad when they didn't give me the job.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go on to Tuesday. Diana, could you read it?
Tuesday. Tuesday is the day to get important jobs done. A study published last month by the U.S. Society of Industrial Psychology said a rational left brain dominates thinking early in the week. Better for routine, non-social jobs like refreshing a CV or planning a presentation.
Do Do you guys agree with that? That Tuesdays might be a very productive day?
Maybe.
Don't
Maybe,
think.
yes. Yes, I don't know about Tuesday, but about Monday, I agreed. I totally agreed.
Uh-huh.
But Tuesday, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I
maybe Tuesday is one of the first days of the week. Maybe it's possible
mm-hmm.
to be more efficient in the job.
Yeah. I think I teach the least on Tuesday. So I teach, it seems like I've looked at my calendar and I teach the most on the weekends. And so anyway, Wednesday, Juan Carlos, could you read this one?
Wednesday is the day for starting a romantic relationship. According
Really?
to a survey of 8,000 single people by an online dating site, 41% of respondents to the survey say the best day for a first date is a Wednesday. The reason apparently is Thursday. Uh, After a successful date, both parties get a day's breathing space, but they don't have to wait long before a second meeting on Friday night. Additionally, a visit to Thursday at work is convenient excuse to settle the bill and leave.
Okay. So if you have your first date on Friday and it's not going well, you can't say, "Well, I have to work tomorrow. Let's go."
Yes, yes, I agree too. Wednesday is a bit
I had never
aggressive.
thought of that. So
Excuse me.
interesting.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so Thursday, Diana, could you read that?
Thursday. The fourth day of the week is the worst day to be admitted to hospital.
Hmm.
A report released last week by the Institute of Public Policy Research found that people who go into hospital on a Thursday stay longer. The 180
180,000?
people admitted on a Thursday in the past year stayed on average 6.3 days, compared to 5.5 days for a Saturday, and 5.3 days for a Sunday. The main reason is that Thursday patients who need just 2 or 3 days of treatment are less likely to be released during the weekend, when there is less hospital staff. This weekend effect requires extra 500 beds over the year. Wow.
Wow. Okay, one thing about in English, this is a dot. We do use that, but when we have numbers like that, we actually use the word point.
No.
So we'll say
Okay.
5.3. So dot, we could use that, for example, on an email, friday.saturday@weekend.com. That's when you would use it.
Okay.
But otherwise, we would say 5 point. So I love it when people make these kind of errors, so I can go over it. Yay! Thank you. Okay, Friday. Adela, could you read that?
Friday. Thanks, Gus. It's Friday. Or so they say. The end of the working week should result in celebration, but Friday is statistically a bad day. It's also an unlucky day because of superstition of Friday. Um, um, 13th, no? 13th?
Friday the 13th, yes. On Friday
13th.
13th.
But fear of Fridays is not always irrational. Statistically, it is the worst day to drive. A study published last November by Continental Tire found that road accidents tend to happen more frequently on Fridays than other days. According to the report, this was due to various factors, including end-of-week tiredness and heavy traffic.
Okay, so tires and factors. So the
Then,
S. And I think it seems to be really common, especially with Spanish speakers. Do you guys pronounce the final S in most words?
Yes.
You do. Okay, so I'm not sure, but for a lot of Spanish speakers, I've noticed this.
in
Okay.
English, I eat the S.
You eat the S, yeah, that's what I've
Yes.
noticed. And then I've also noticed it with Japanese speakers as well. But
In
yeah.
Spanish, I pronounce, but in English, I don't know, but I
Uh-huh.
don't pronounce any is
Uh-huh.
finally.
My sister and her. I have a question for you guys. Oh, I'll ask you after this. After this, remind me to ask you a question. You guys a question about Spanish naming.
Okay.
Okay, Saturday. I'll go ahead and read this. If Wednesday is the best day for a first date, then Saturday is the day to get married, unless you are Jewish. Government statistics for England and Wales show that in 2003, 61% of the total 270,109 marriages took place on a Saturday, with only 3% on a Tuesday, the least popular day. So don't get married on Tuesday, get married on Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay? Juan Carlos, could you read Sunday?
Okay, Sunday. For those not at a Jewish wedding, Sunday could be the best day to hit the supermarket. A recent survey by field marketing agency FDS showed that availability of a wide range of products was at its highest 98% on Sundays. Empty shelves are more likely on Mondays when availability fell to a low of 94%.
Really? Okay.
Mm,
Yeah. We find also in the U.S. you don't go shopping the first week of the month.
mm,
There's two things. One, people get paid,
Yes, it's common.
and second, welfare checks come out.
welfare.
Welfare money comes, Social Security.
Mm,
So people that are don't have a job, and they're poor. The poor people, they get their benefit comes on the first, and so they all go shopping. They get for example, food stamps. If you've heard of food stamps in English,
what?
we call them food stamps. And these are for people that maybe they have a family and they have no money, so they apply for help and they get food stamps, and so they might get $500 a month or something, and so they get this. Nowadays they have a card. When I was younger, it was actually stamps, and so they go shopping on the first week of the month. So,
Okay.
yeah.
It's common in United States.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is usually, say for example myself, I'm single with no kids. I would never qualify for food stamps. But if I was single with a child, then and I had no money and I had no job, then I would qualify for food stamps because of the child.
Wow.
So so we do have social programs, but it's not as common, and not everybody gets it. Where in Europe, it's much more common. So, okay, so let's go back here and see about this guy's week. So when should he go on a date with Anne? With Anne. When should he go on a date with Anne?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay. When should he do his weekly shopping?
Sunday.
Sunday. Sunday. And his job interview? Not Monday.
The Tuesday.
Thursday or Friday?
No, maybe
Tuesday.
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 Tuesday, yes.
Okay.
Tuesday.
Yes.
Tuesday? Okay, I'm going to look at the writers, what they said.
Oh,
Job interview, they said Friday.
Friday.
Friday
Why is it Friday?
because on Monday they have the first people, and Friday they have the last people. So you're
Oh, yeah.
remember, so you're 56% more likely to get the job if you do the interview on Friday than you on Monday. So
Yeah, babe.
yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe the last day of the week, I am not sure because sometimes Friday people is relaxed,
Yeah.
so maybe they don't want to know nothing about the job. I don't know.
Yeah, or I'm thinking another day, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday might be better. Friday,
Yeah.
everybody's thinking about the weekend. Let's go on a weekend. So,
Yeah, I choose maybe Thursday to add your job interview.
yeah. So we disagree with the author. So we would say Thursday. Okay. Prepare tax return form. What day is that? Thursday?
Tuesday, maybe Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah, because that's when you are, according to the author, that's when the person is more, productive? Yeah. And how about refresh CV?
Tuesday.
Tuesday? Tuesday as well?
Yes.
Yes,
Tuesday or Thursday?
Tuesday talk about refreshing the CV.
Yeah. And how about test drive new car? Not on Friday.
No Friday.
Any day but Friday.
Sunday.
Maybe Sunday. Yeah, let's do Sunday.
Monday. Saturday.
Monday. Any day but Friday. So that's interesting. Last time I test drove a new car was Saturday, and yes, I bought the car. So
Yes.
But if you don't have your wedding this Saturday, maybe you can have a test drive of your car this Saturday.
you can't what? You can what? Say that again.
No, if you don't have your wedding on the Saturday. If you don't have your wedding, you don't need your car this Saturday, and you can have a test drive of your car.
Okay. Yeah. Because it's only Friday that you need to worry about. So, yeah. Okay. I have a question to ask you guys because of that initial S. My sister and brother, my sister and brother-in-law, they adopted 3 children about 2 years ago, and they're the twin boys, and they're Mexican American, so they have Mexican heritage. So they named them the boys' names were Elias and Isaiah, like this, and they had a bunch of other Isaiahs in his life, so they kept Elias his name, but to this spelling, Isaias. Do you guys actually pronounce the S?
Yes.
Do you say Elias and Isaias?
Isias or Isaias?
Isaiah, maybe.
Is Isaiah?
Yeah.
Okay. And Elias heard me say his name, so now he wants to meet you guys. So
Elias.
let me say hello.
Oh.
Hello. Okay.
How are you?
So he can't hear you. Let's get here.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi.
are you Elias?
Yeah. My brother's out there. And we saw Eric out the blue room.
Okay. So he's doing something in the blue room. They have they name every room by a color name. So
Okay.
Oh, wow.
yeah. So he's a handful. So but this is Elias, and we call him Elias or Elias. So
Elias.
Elias is
He's
Spanish.
Elias.
So
Elias.
so there's this Juan Carlos. He is from Colombia, and then Diana, she's from Colombia, and Adela, she's from Spain, and they all speak Spanish, like your grandparents. Yeah, and they're learning English. Okay, so why don't you go? You're not supposed to be in here. Bye bye.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah, he knows not to come in here, but I think he was walking by and he heard his name. So anyway, let's go on. Let's go back to the screen share. Bear with me. Did you understand his English?
Excuse me?
Did you understand him?
No,
No.
not
Really?
No,
Exactly.
not really. Yeah,
not really.
yeah. Okay. I'll go ahead and give you guys the links to this. This exercise also has some grammar that we never have time to get to. So let's actually let's speaking. So in pairs or as a group, let's choose 3 topics from the list just below and discuss what is likely or unlikely to happen in each case. So we've got the next football World Cup, the next parliamentary or presidential elections in your country, or the current financial crisis, future technology, the environment, your career or studies, or another sporting event of your choice. So, Juan Carlos, what do you want to talk about?
To talk about maybe future technology.
Okay, talk to us.
Maybe.
So, what kind of future technology do you see happening?
Maybe this, for example, this kind of class, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, it wasn't easy
Uh-huh.
as like now.
Yeah.
Now
I
it's
actually,
really
yeah.
easy to have this conversation
Mm-hmm.
with people around the world. But
Exactly.
2 or 3 years ago, it was possible, but maybe you had to pay more. It was
More,
expensive, more
yeah.
expensive. Now
I would.
it's cheaper. It's cheap.
I've been in the field since 2006. As far as this, I've actually trained teachers, and it was the situation was that the technology was there. It actually came in 2003, and we've had the technology since then, but the you guys as students and the teachers weren't ready.
Yes,
So
that's right.
yeah. So that's been my experience is people just weren't ready. I remember talking to a teacher and saying, "Oh, you should try this with your students." And she said, "No, I need to smell my students." So yeah, exactly. What do you guys, Diana, what do you think? When did you start getting involved in online training?
Online training?
Yeah, this kind of training. When did you, is this the first time you've taken this kind of course?
Yes, I have taken some time ago, but isn't with speaking with at real time with other people.
Uh-huh.
It's very good for me to take this kind of classes. It's
Uh-huh.
interesting. I have a good contact with the people
Uh-huh.
speaking.
Yeah.
Technology application or advanced.
Yeah. And yeah, I think it's this verbally. I love it because you guys are from all over the world. It's wonderful.
Yeah, you can meet people of other countries.
Exactly. Adela, when did you start thinking about learning English this way, or practicing English this way?
4 years ago, more or less, I started about platform and to have virtual classes. I think it's a good thing to increase your knowledge, and not only in English, but about the culture, the other country, etc. I think it's a good way to learn in general.
And I mean, we didn't have this technology 15 years ago, but you know, 10 years ago it was starting, and but I do remember the beginning days. In fact, I write a do you guys know a blog? I write a blog every week about language learning online, and I was researching last week about 5 years ago. I wrote a blog about different places for teachers to teach on or students to study, and Verbling wasn't even here. And I went through all of those companies, and half of them are not even here anymore. So I will be updating and doing a new blog on the different companies that are available now. And it's interesting to me, the company that I thought that was like the most leading company in online education isn't here today.
Yes, it's different.
Yeah, it's Edufire. Do you guys remember that one?
No.
It was called Edufire, and they used a virtual classroom. It was similar to this, but they didn't just do language. They did all kinds of different topics, and it was just one of the very first platforms that came out, and the other one that came out is going strong, but I won't say the name. So.
You mean they don't are only
and they're not in business
anymore.
No. And they were actually one of the leaders in the industry 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and now they're not. And I was very surprised. But then when I went through the list, I had about. It's on my blog. It's the top blog posts that teachers go to, and stuff. On my blog, and I've had like maybe 1,000 hits on that blog, on that post, and half of those companies aren't in business anymore, or they've changed, and they offer, like, one of them doesn't offer live training. They only offer curriculum. They offer materials, but not training. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
I think that's usually in this internet area, because, for example, the first before Google, I think the first was Alta Vista.
The motor. In Spain, the búsqueda.
Yes, I remember.
Maybe, but nowadays I don't know what happened with them.
Was Telefónica, no?
Yeah. I actually read a blog post about all the different search engines before Google, and there was a list of them. They started like in '82, and Google's been the best, and Yahoo. Bing is trying to become as good as Google, but I don't like the fact that I download software and it says Bing will be your, they want me to add Bing, and I'm like, no way, no way.
Yeah.
I only use Google.
Yes.
I'm totally Google because they don't add themselves to software. So, all right. Well, thank you very much for your time and attention, and thanks for being so gracious to my nephew, who should never have come in my office. So,
Okay.
Nice
but
to meet you,
all
Holly.
right. It's nice to meet you guys as well, and have a wonderful day. For those of you who, Adele, I guess it's time for have a good night, sleep well. So,
Thank
Okay.
you.
You too.
yeah.
Okay. See ya.
All right. The rest of you have a good
Bye.
evening. Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you, Holly. Bye.